topic, immigration. Yay, anchor babies. I laugh when I say that because there's a lot of, in my opinion, um, people that are hypocrites on the right. You know, people benefit from their families benefit from immigration. I know I can say it. So I know it's a hard topic to talk about. Right now, Trump claims that immigration has plummeted 95% under him. However, you know, he promised this mass deportation. When the rates were coming out, they weren't that high. K. Dot, what's your thoughts on immigration and where you see it going at this point?
You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry, I keep double muting. I do my mic in the screen. So my thoughts on immigration under Trump. It's been an overexpensive disaster. The first 30 days, he promised mass deportation, spent millions of dollars on flights, on single flights alone, and failed to average deporting a monthly more than the man he said who was too weak on immigration, which again is him showing that he can't keep his word on the so-called border issue. But that's just what's going to be. At the end of the day, I think what needs to happen with immigration is there needs to be a total reform of the system and how we get people in and out of the country. I got no problem with people coming into the country. Of course, they need to come in legally. They need to be here documented and taxable, which the majority of them are. We just need to stop letting it be 20 years of them being here and having to go to court appearance after court appearance after court appearance or meeting after meeting to get a singular piece of paper that no one really gives a fuck about. No one gives a fuck about a green card. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, once they get it, we just keep taxing them like we were before. So at the end of the day, I just think it's a problem that both parties seem to have kicked the, you know, like I always say, they kick the can down the road on it just to continue to run on it and politicize it for whatever reason. I think we need to stop playing with migrants' lives and make it so that they can be here and build a life that they seek. I don't know. Does that answer your question fully?
Yeah. But the other factor of immigration, Enzo, is the gold card. Trump has already sold 250,000 gold cards. What do you think about the gold card and what's the future of immigration?
I didn't know it was that many sold already. I think it's crazy. I thought it was more or less like it was going to maybe be a couple thousand here and there throughout the 4 years. Honestly, all honesty.
That's good money.
But I mean, I'm happy with the direction that they're going with the deportations. How they started in saying we're going to be getting known criminals off the street. That's exactly what they started going for, and that's what they're doing right now. The mass deportations part, we'll see if that actually happens with that. I agree with what K. Dot was saying completely, that the border system is completely broken. It hasn't been fixed in so long. I mean, the only thing that came about in the last couple of years was the bipartisan border bill, and I look at that as putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. I really didn't see that actually fixing the problem of the border as we see it right now.
Gray, what's your thoughts on immigration? What's the future of it?
I don't know the future of it, but what I will touch on, since we're talking about Trump-specific immigration, he's basically on the exact same pace that Joe Biden is. And Nora, what's the lady name who's with the cowboy hat? What's her name? Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem.
Oh, Kristi Noem. Yeah. Sorry, it's all performative.
Yeah, it's all performance. She got the cowboy hat on. They make it look like it's cops. They got Dr. Phil out there talking to immigrants. And I'll just say this. They have 400 agents, and they went to Chicago. 400 agents. You want to know how many people they caught? 8. So I don't feel like Trump is doing anything.
And Mermaid, what's your thoughts about, what do you think about the $250,000 gold cards? Do you think the gold card is good? Like, I want to hear the left's perspective on what what you think about the gold card.
I have questions. Where's that money going to go to?
Sure.
Who's actually going to buy that? Who actually wants to come to America with the state that it's in right now? I just don't understand why that's going to do anything good. And whose pockets is that money going to go into? Am I going to get a check every month or every time that y'all sell one? I need the logistics of what this is if you're going to just be bringing out these completely crazy ideas. Also, as far as immigration, Trump is a joke. They do it all for television. They're not doing anything. They're costing us more money. I've lived in sanctuary cities all my life, New York, Illinois, and California, and I just don't really understand why this is a big problem, because undocumented immigrants, they bring so much to America, bring so much to our GDP, they bring in so much in taxes, and you want to get rid of them. It just doesn't make sense to me. And these people have made lives here. They talk about criminals all the time, but how many criminals is there that are undocumented, and how many criminals are actually in the United States that are born and raised here and are still out here tearing things up? Like, we got bigger fish to fry. He worrying about trying to put people out, and then you just had to fire your director because you weren't getting the results that you wanted. It's just a joke. The administration is a joke.
All right, 85. Answer the questions. Where's the money coming from? Break it down. And what are
Where
we
is
paying
it
it
going?
towards?
Oh man, first off,
Where's
this
it going? I meant,
yeah, the immigration thing is crazy because I always tell y'all, you know, at the end of the day, it's not the immigrants, it's the illegals. That's a problem, number one. Number two, my Brody can't do nothing right, because as soon as he came in the game, it was like, oh, ICE is trying, they got to deport everybody. They're freaking out. Now it's like, how many of you guys are deporting? You're not deporting that many people now. And now it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like he can't do nothing right no matter what he does. Now, those gold cards, and we covered this last week on the show, if I'm not mistaken, Gray, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it $5 million?
yeah, 5 million. Mm-hmm.
And how much you said he just had in the last week?
250,000 pre-sold, they're saying.
Now to let the young lady know where that money is supposed to be going, it's going back into the economy. Why? Because we're $4 trillion plus in debt. That Mr. Elon Musk.
Where's the money going to be allotted to?
Back into the economy.
Where at?
It doesn't matter because selling citizenship is illegal.
Here's the problem is. Here's the problem. When we found
hold on. I want to say
$4 trillion of tax money.
All of these
we've been selling it though. This is nothing new. Just so y'all know, this was called something. Yes, this was called something else, and we were only doing it for 500,000. 85. You might know the name of it because y'all talked about it. I can't think of the name, but we've been doing this. It was for a lot less though.
What you mean, the gold card?
Yeah, the gold card is not a new concept. He just is revamping it. There's been where rich, wealthy. Yeah, rich, wealthy business people can come in and they give they invest 250,000 and they get citizenship. So it's been happening. The difference is now he's saying, I'm going to up the price to 5 million.
And that's powerful, man.
It was
At the end of the day,
sorry for
what was it?
The EB5.
EB5.
Yeah, I have my computer right here. I was like, let me just look it up real quick.
Thank you, Enzo.
At the end of the day, man, you know, I basically been living in this country all my life. I'm a former Democrat. And every year I've been told we've been in debt. Every year I've seen inflation. Every year. And this is the unprecedented year that we basically find out all of our tax dollars is being wasteful. And we have a problem with that. That's what drives me insane. I don't care who in office. That should make you mad anyway. But just because it's Trump, it's a problem. I got videos when Barack said he was going to do the same exact thing. Nobody had a problem with it. He didn't do it, though. But nobody brings these things up.
He did.
No, Trump, Barack Obama did it. He was the deporter in chief, y'all. Yes, he did it.
I'm talking about when he was going to audit the government to basically go back after wasted tax dollars. There's videos of them saying this.
Auditor, not Elon Musk, who's a self-proclaimed billionaire that bought all of his businesses.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that? Y'all like Elon when the Tesla came out. When the Tesla truck came out, it was all good. But as soon as he aligned with Trump, everybody hate Elon now.
No one liked Elon. He's always been a POS.
If nobody liked him, he wouldn't be the man he is.
No one liked Elon.
If nobody liked Elon, he wouldn't be in the position he's in today.
All right.
Nobody would buy his cars.
I just want to put a correction out there for the visas you said that we sold for. He said they were the EB85s, correct, Enzo? EB5. Those were not sold. You did not purchase them like, oh, I'm purchasing citizenship. You made $1 million investment into a company that employed at least 10 people. It was to spur the economy. Now, He's already said that he would do that with people who invest into the economy. Those things have already existed. No one's been able to buy straight out citizenship, give you $1 million, and now I'm a citizen. Those were people who were given special visas who had money to invest into employing Americans. Y'all have to
Because we
stop
in debt.
misleading people with
we
bad
are in
news.
debt. We are in debt, and those things are worth how much now, K-Dot?
Hold on,
Mr.
Slim, I'm
President.
gonna
How
I'm
to
gonna
be
get the
in more
numbers.
debt?
Hold on.
How we
So
gonna
for
be in more
Nora's
debt, Slim?
numbers, that was 1.25 trillion. If he sold that many, and me, I know you haven't spoke yet on this, so go ahead.
Yeah, Mia, I'm sorry. Go ahead, because we're
It's a lot of numbers, man.
Yeah, I mean, immigration there's from a political standpoint, there's no end in sight for solving the political immigration because it's always going to be used as a platform for both sides to call to arms and muster. I don't feel like we'll ever see an actual restructure and reframing of the immigration system. It doesn't serve a purpose. They want to every 2 years continue to use this problem and muster the bases, even though we badly, desperately need it. And this mass deportation, I mean, was never going to work.
we don't got the resources. You're right.
Like, we don't have the resources for it. We don't have the manpower. And to be honest, we need to be getting anybody that is undocumented and working. We need a fast track pathway to get them their working visas so they can continue to work because we need them to work. So, I mean, at this point in time, we just need to create better pathways to fast track working individuals.
True.
And I do not believe in being able to purchase your citizenship. I mean, citizenship should be a first come, first serve basis. We do not need any more elites in this country than we already have because they're going to move into our neighborhoods, they're going to gentrify, and they're going to make everything more expensive for the rest of us. And then they're going to continue redlining because now they're buying your judges, they're buying your police, and they're buying all this property, and they're upping the rents, and they're upping all of these things, which makes life way more difficult for the rest of us. So I think it sounds great to charge and to have billions of dollars extra to, in theory, go directly to like your debt. But at the end of the day, it's going to be Black and brown people because we essentially take up the real estate in the poorest areas. So these rich investors are going to come from foreign places and they're going to disperse us and push us out in places that we've been historically. So, I mean, it's kind of a lose-lose. The last thing we need is more elites here.
Sure.
All right, y'all. We running out of time before the Trump's inaugural address starts. Let's all go around and say what we're expecting from him to say tonight and what we're hoping he will say. Enzo, thank you so much for joining us. What is your thoughts on what you're anticipating in his speech tonight?
Honestly, I'm rooting for my friends in crypto and myself, so hopefully he mentions something about the strategic reserve and puts XRP in there.
I like this guy.
Well, you just made a new friend with Slim. That's an XRP stockholder over there.
Me too. I don't got much, but I got a little bit.
Mhm.
If it's 10,000, I'll be sitting real pretty.
Facts.
Mermaid, thank you so much for coming. We may not be on the same side, but girl, you held it down for the left. What is your thoughts on what Trump is going to say? What are you anticipating tonight?
I'm not anticipating much. He's just going to say a bunch of stuff that probably isn't going to happen or is just going to end up how everything else that he's touched has ended up. So I'm not really excited about it at all whatsoever. I don't think it's going to be anything good or anything good for the American people.
85.
Oh,
what are you
man.
hoping that your king says tonight? I'm just kidding. I know you love Trump.
Great White Hope got to speak tonight, and he got to talk about the currency switch. He's got to talk about the quantum financial system. He's got to talk about the bridge for XRP being a strategic reserve, which we found out within the last 48 hours, something that I've been waiting for, man, I want to say about 9 years, and I kind of knew XRP was going to be the one. And I will say to the people that dislike this man for who he is, do not let the hate make you miss your fortune because you could be missing the train. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I just want to know if he's going to bring down the price of eggs. Camille, what are you hoping to hear tonight?
Honestly, I have zero expectations, but I do have like a couple of predictions. I have a feeling he's going to announce the withdrawing us from NATO, and I also have an inkling that he's going to announce a mineral deal directly with Russia. I have an inkling that we're angling to the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and I feel like the angle is he wants to be more trade with Russia versus Ukraine. So I mean, we'll see, but I definitely feel like he's going to make the announcement that we are withdrawing from NATO because he already cut off the funding for Ukraine, and he doesn't want us in Ukraine as boots on the ground anyway. So really, so we don't get that Article 5 in the future, we kind of have to withdraw. Like, it is one of those things. So it'll be interesting to see.
Gray.
Trump is unpredictable, so I wouldn't try to guess anything that Trump is gonna say or do. But I want to thank Enzo for coming on the show. Norris, who was talking to you, and Mermaid. I want to thank Mermaid for coming on the show. I actually was talking to Mermaid's mom. If you put Day and PJ's coming up. So I talked to her mom. I want to give a big shout out to her because she's the one who told me to get with Mermaid, and Mermaid is possibly joining the New Party podcast with us. So I want to give a big shout out to her and her mom, and Enzo. Thank you for coming. I hope you guys can all stay for the watch party.
Well, K-Dot hasn't gone yet. K-Dot, what's your thoughts? What are you anticipating for tonight? And shout out to K-Dot. Thank you for your partnership. K-Dot has a live where every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, he beats up on MAGA. I'm just kidding. He debates MAGA.
Yeah, I wouldn't say beat up on MAGA. They're not worthy of the fight. It's too easy. I would say that tonight you're going to get a whole lot of nothing. Maybe what Mia says, I'm willing to put my money on that. Withdrawing from NATO, maybe some the Ukraine, the deal with Russia, the minerals deal with Russia. But outside of that, you're not getting anything, nothing he promised you. You didn't get your tax on tips. You didn't get no tax on overtime. He didn't include anything. You didn't get your $5,000 child tax rebate. You're not getting any of the things he promised you. That world reserve currency shit, can't afford it. He can't afford his plan now. That's why he's ripping through everything. You will get nothing. You will be broker in the next 4 years, and everything will be more expensive. You can laugh now. Every one of you can laugh now. But I don't know why you're holding out this hope. He just passed a budget resolution plan through the first step, and you're not in it. Nothing you wanted is in it.
You felt that way on election night too, huh?
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, everything. You probably thought he wasn't going to win.
It doesn't matter, bro. You can make all the jokes you want, but now you're in the shit, and that's all you can do is cope. All you can do is laugh and cope. This is the future of our country.
Trump is your president. You got 4 years of this.
Right, we do. And I hope y'all can afford it. I hope y'all can afford it.
We're going to be all right.
I hope y'all can afford it. To those,
so you want to get them in peace,
to those red states out there?
Just 1 minute to the freaking.
Yeah, I'm gonna start sharing the screen, guys. Because I was on the PBS wasn't showing it. 1 second, because I'm trying to make sure I find one that we can actually do it.